Alright guys, let's talk about the Helminth a little bit more. Specifically, why you want to subsume warframes, how to do it, how to level up your Helminth, and then at the end we'll talk about archon shards. So when you subsume a warframe, it's going to give you one of their abilities that you can use and install on another warframe. So if I was to click here and subsume my Clerivo, it would give me the Wrathful Advance, and I can go install that on another warframe if I wanted to. And I also have a couple abilities from subsuming warframes on here, like Decoy. I subsumed my Loki, so it gave me the ability Decoy that I can put into another frame. So if I were to click on Decoy, click Infuse Ability, it's going to give me all 4 of Clerivo's abilities, and I have to pick one of these to replace. So if I wanted to get rid of Storm of Ukko, I click on it, confirm. So you can install on any of these configurations, A, B, or C. So if I were to stick it on C, that means his 4th ability, instead of having the Storm of Ukko, I would now have Loki's Decoy. And you would just hit confirm and it would replace it. Now there's multiple abilities from multiple frames that you can actually gain by subsuming warframes. So you can see here we got Firewalker from subsuming Neza. I subsumed my Ember, so it gave me the ability Fire Blast that I can use. Now, as you subsume warframes, that's going to help level up your actual Helminth. So you can see up here the 15th Metamorphosis. I have my Helminth actually maxed out at level 15 basically. But you can click on it and you can see 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way down to 15th Metamorphosis. And each time you level it up and get to the next tier, it gives you extra little rewards. So first, once you get there, it gives you an extra 3 plus 3 subsume slots. Second, unlock ability, rebuild shield. So that's just a default ability the Helminth will give you once you level it up to there. As you can see, so on and so forth. Now another way you can increase the level of your Helminth is going down here to the bottom right, and you can actually feed it. So it says feed Jerry. Once you install your Helminth, it'll actually give you the option to give it a name. So I'm going to click on feed Jerry, and you can see that I have different levels for different tabs here. My bile's at 31%. My pheromones 53, synthetics 86, biotics is maxed out at 100%, my calx is at 67%, and my oxides are also increased to 100%, so that's maxed out as well. But let's say we go down here to calx, so 100% is the max you can get it to, so let's click on that. It'll give you the resources that you can currently feed it to increase that level to 100%. So let's click on the Rubidoux. It says feed 6,000. I'll click on it. It gave me up to 97%. You can see that the little right hand green arrow actually went away. So that means I can still feed it Rubidoux, but it's not going to be as effective as feeding it something separate. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just click on Grok Drool, for example. There you go. We maxed out at 100%. If you try to click on anything else, secretion already full, so you can't max it out anymore. Now to complete this, you're going to click back down here in the bottom right. It's going to ask you to confirm. So say yes, feed, and there you go. Your calx will be at 100%, or whichever tab you were trying to increase at that time. Now every time you subsume a warframe or you infuse an ability on a warframe, it consumes those levels of those secretion tabs. So after you do so many times of subsuming or infusing an ability, you're going to have to go back and feed your Helminth and increase those resources back up to 100%. Now let's talk about archon shards. So if you go to your quests, so once you complete the Veilbreaker quest, which I think the prerequisite for that is the new war, but once you complete these quests, you will be rewarded the archon segment blueprint. So you complete that, craft it in your foundry, and then you're going to go back to your Helminth. Now you should see up top up here archon shards. So if you click on it, you'll be able to install archon shards. Now to get archon shards, another thing that you'll have access to after completing the Veilbreaker quest is weekly archon hunts. So up here in the top right hand corner of your navigation, you'll see archon hunt. It's got a 0 up there because I completed mine for the week, but you can see this week was archon boreal. So once you complete all 3 of these quests, kind of like a swordie almost, and you defeat the archon at the end, you will get a blue archon shard. So we're here back at the Helminth, and you'll see here on the Archon Shards tab that you have 5 slots that you can potentially install 5 different Archon Shards in. So you got the yellow shard, which will give you a couple different effects to choose from. I chose casting speed on that. So you can see there a 37.5% increase in my casting speed. I've got 2 red ones here doing the same thing for a 37.5% melee critical damage, and another one doing the same exact thing. And here on the blue one, I have health regen per second. So I'm going to click on this last one, click on my only available one I have currently is a Crimson Archon shard. So I'm going to click on it. You can see that it'll give you up to 5 different choices here that you can choose from. So melee critical damage, primary status chance, secondary critical chance, ability strength, and ability duration. So it's up to you. You do you. Whatever you want to pick on here, whatever you think is going to benefit you the most. Once you click on it, do that, say install, boom, we got more melee critical damage. Now you can see here that after I installed that, the 25% melee critical damage. Now when you do the Archon hunts, you actually have a chance to get a Talforged shard, which is basically an upgraded shard. So you can get the basic ones, or you have a chance of getting the Talforged one, which you can see right here, 37.5% is a little bit more than 25%. So you can see here, if you get lucky and actually get a Talforged one, it is definitely worthwhile to install that on your Warframe. So hopefully that's a better explanation on what the Helminth can actually do for you. Subsuming Warframes is pretty useful, and then once you get the Archon segment, Archon shards are really helpful as well. Anyways guys, that's it for me tonight. Throw down in the comments if you guys have any extra questions, and I'll see you guys next time.